had a call, and so that's why I didn't come on at 8:30. I guess it'll vary sometimes. How you guys doing today, man? Getting ready for the day? Planning on having a great Wednesday? If you don't mind, let me know where you're watching from. Give me an idea of what type of business you're in, and so we can say hello to one another. But in the meantime, per the question, do you really understand the power of equity? The reason I say that is, let's do this while we're going over that. Just kind of get an idea of what reports are going to be happening today. Yesterday, this information, before I go into what I was going to say, really moved the market in a negative way as far as mortgage rates are concerned, because this morning we see this 10-year, it's going in the wrong direction, right? Uh, Looks like it broke above that line of resistance there, and so we'll have to see what happens when the market opens. But again, want this number under 4% to see more favorable numbers when it comes to mortgage interest rates, if you are concerned with those types of things. So these estimates, okay, were not favorable uh, for these treasury notes on yesterday. Again, again. Uh, Thursday is the day that we're actually looking for. It's what I'm looking for. And we may get somewhat of a reprieve depending on what these numbers look like. PCE, PCE, year over year, right? If those numbers come in favor of inflation coming down, that will look good for this treasury note, okay? But what I want to talk to you about this morning before the day starts is understanding the power of equity, right? And I know you guys might get tired of hearing from me, so from time to time, I like to bring other folks on to try to make the point that I'm trying to make better. So this company, Steadworth, is a company that helps potential home buyers with down payment. And in this example, he's going to explain how basically they're covering the gap. If you have a home buyer that has 10%, this company is going to come in with an additional 10, so that the buyer, in essence, in this example, is putting 20% down, getting rid of the private mortgage insurance, and helping them get into a home. And you might ask yourself, well, why would somebody do that? Let's let them talk here, and you'll see.
4%. That appreciation has been much higher over the last 10, 15, 20 years. So here's how this loan plays out. If a home buyer has 10% down payment, they can actually get a lot more bang for their buck. What we would do in this scenario is have a homeowner down payment be 10%. Steadworth provides an additional 10%, so that the mortgage loan is $400,000. So that's the first mortgage loan of $400,000. Well, Jim, that's great. I want to know how much money Steadworth's going to take from me when I pay down my balance of my loan and the house has gone up and appreciated.
You're placing an offer buying a house at $500,000. You got $50,000 down, which is 10%. Steadworth.com also provides another $50,000. So in theory, you're basically putting down $100,000. So your loan balance can be $400,000, not $500,000, right?
And what's important about that is you avoid mortgage insurance. So Steadworth helps offset the mortgage insurance payment. Mm-hmm. So in this example, Steadworth is on a 5-year term of the loan, which means you can borrow money from Steadworth for 5 years, then it's due. That means that in this example, and I'll show you the matrix on the next page, the home buyer gets a wealth share of 65% of the amount of upside equity that they have gotten by only putting down 10% in an overall asset. So again, homeowner has 10% in a deal. Stedworth brings the additional down payment, and the first lender has a first mortgage of 80%. So if you look at an average...
So before he goes further, again, he's already made the point, couple of points, right? We talk about leverage and learning how to do so properly. But in this example, you're bringing in 10%. This company's bringing in the difference, an additional 10, to help you get rid of the private mortgage insurance, which is a cost that does not go towards paying down the principal, i.e. making this whole situation more affordable for you, right? But for that extra 10%, okay, they're going to tap into 35% of your future appreciation. And you might be saying, well, hey, why would somebody do this? They look at the data. Most recently, they also understand that there's a shortage of what we call housing, single family residence, where people are going to live. And they've put a very conservative, of inflation adjusted home appreciation number of 4% going out into the future for the next 5 years. That's why it says 5 to 10 plan. I'm not going to bore you guys because we're almost ready to get open. So why is that important? It's very important for anybody that's looking or on the sideline thinking about buying, because you have people that have money. They need to put it to work. They want to associate it with a vehicle that doesn't have a lot of downside, in that, hey, if you mess up, we can foreclose on this property or take it over, right? And not saying that that's what they want to do. They don't want to do that. They just want to earn the interest and the future appreciation. So the lesson here, for those of you that might be on the sideline, is you have to understand equity is powerful if you can get it, and then understand how to utilize it, leverage it for the future. These folks, they have what you need, money, and as a result of that, it's a win-win. If you think that's a win-win, right? Moreover, if you're in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, well, Mississippi, as far as affordability, kind of the South, right? Over in some parts of Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, going on up into the, Philly, Cleveland, Ohio, Philadelphia, Michigan. These are a lot of places where home prices are still in the range where a lot of you guys that lament about prices can still get in. And you have people on the periphery. Just talked to a buddy of mine, leaving Arizona, going to Dallas, right? It's dried up out that way. They're in the industry. They're looking to come. So you have people that are coming from higher priced home stock, higher incomes and things of that nature, with the cost of living is higher. They're cashing out and they're coming here. And you're a native in these places and you're twiddling your thumbs. Didn't even talk about the immigrants that are coming here and all of the non-qualified, the non-QM loans that are being done. They get it, okay? Equity. So you have to wake up. If you've decided you want to be a homeowner, there might be some sacrifices that you have to make, because if you go back 5 years to today, is it more difficult to get into a home now than it was then? And it's not the interest rate. The interest rate is a function of money, and you either can afford it or you can't. A lot of you guys afford buy a lot of things that you can afford, but the barrier to entry is so low, you don't realize it. So it's not about the interest rate, it's about the availability. And you have a lot of folks that understand, hey, this is how you grow. This is a good foundation which to build to grow from. to have equity to be able to make some moves and things of that nature, along with the other financial things that you must do. We talked about that yesterday when we talked about learn, LEARN, right? Leverage equity from assets that you purchase. Then you take the profits, okay, buy more assets, and you never sell. LEARN. You guys have a great day. If we could be of assistance, let's put it back up. Reach out. And if down payment is something that you're struggling with, reach out. There's several programs available nationwide, as well as the home state of Texas. We live nationwide. Would love to have a conversation with you. Or if you're in process, okay, and you're looking to close here fairly quick, get a second opinion with that loan estimate, because that's very important. Learning how to shop, right? Because not doing so could cost you. And here's the point, just with the 10-year, right? Not understanding when to lock, when not to, it's costing you money. Because if this holds up, the morning rates, when they come out, they're going to be more expensive. So it is what it is. You can't play. This is not Vegas where you're gambling. You need to have a strategy and an exit. But more importantly, you need to understand equity. Y'all have a great day. Yeah, that's it. Peace.